Hi guys, hope you're all doing great. It's one full week of trading a funded account once again after about 5 to 6 months of being unfunded. If there's a word like that, being not funded. Yeah, it feels really great because then the pressure is off your back and you're not struggling to cross a challenge. All you are trying to do now is to make profit, and that's where I currently stand. For this account and my subsequent accounts, initially for my old accounts I used to risk 1% per trade on my funded account, which is not bad, but and I really made a lot of profit doing that. But I noticed that sometimes there may be a storm, like there was for like 3 months plus for me and for many traders out there, especially after Trump took over from Biden. Yes, so it really affected us, and because I was risking 1%, maybe I may still have lost the account if I was risking 0.5%. You never know, but I don't know. But I think one percent may be too much because then it gives you 8 trades for a Stellar Light account and 10 trades for a Stellar Light account to build the account. So maybe 1% is too much. I think 1% is too much now. Yeah, but if you're risking 0.5%, then it means that you have like 16 trades for a Stellar Light account and 20 trades for a Stellar account. So you see, it gives you a lot of buffer to make mistakes, recover, make mistakes, recover. And another thing again was when I was using 1%, when I lose like 4 trades, let's assume I'm 4% down on Stellar Light account, there is 4% left for the account to be blown. So then that's when I now reduce my risk to 0.5%. So if the market period still stays bad, it takes longer time to recover from that drawdown. Yes, so but if you are risking 0.5% all through, then you will recover fairly quickly. And if I'm using 1% all through as well, I'll recover fairly quickly. But I may not really have much trades left to be able to recover the account, because if I lose 4 more on the Stellar Light account, then the account is gone. Yeah, so and that's the reason why I decided that okay, for my challenge account, I will risk 1% standard, both phase one and phase two. But when I get funded, I will start risking 0.5%. Now for a 5K account, that's for me is like nothing, yeah, because for a 5K account, I'm risking 0.5%, which is $25 per trade. And if you take into account commissions, then I have to risk $23 and leave $2 for commission. So I'm risking $23 per trade to catch maybe 40 something, $45 to $50. So it's money, quite alright, but for me it's not really money. Yeah, so but and if I decide to risk 1%, I'm putting more risk on the line and I will make more money, but I may now end up losing my account quickly, or quicker than I should. Yeah, so the way to now solve this problem is to get a higher account. Yeah, and that's what I'm doing next. My last in March when I got the 100K account, I think that was a bit too forward. I'll talk about that specially on that part of my channel. Yeah, you're trying to buy a Benz series, so I'll talk about that there. Yeah, so for this I want to focus on what I'll be doing next. So after this 5K, the next account I will be buying will be 15K. Yeah, 15K gives you, let's assume I pass phase one and phase one 15K and I'm risking 0.5%. That will be $75 per trade. So that gives you a bit buffer, and let's assume I'm going for 2 to 3 hour. That would be like 75 times 2 is 150. Yeah, 75 times 2 is 150 times. If you add another 75, that would be 225. So if I get a 3 hour, or let me just say 2 hour. Let's assume I get a 2 hour. If each time I win 2 hour, that would be $150 per win. So if I have 2 or 3 wins on that, let's assume I have 2 wins. Let's just stay at the barest minimum. That would be $300, and I can request for a payout. Yeah, yeah. So imagine every 2 weeks I just win one trade every 2 weeks. That would be $300 per 2 weeks for withdrawal. Yeah. So and that's a target of that's 1% of, I think that's 2%. That's 2%. Okay, so if I win 2 trades of 2 hours, that would be 2% win because I'm risking 0.5%. Yeah, so that would be $300. Let's assume every two weeks. My goal every week is to win one trade. So first week I win one trade, that's $150. Second week I win one trade, that's $150. So that's $300. and at that second week I can request payout. So what it means is that every 2 weeks I can request a payout of $300. Yeah, so every month I can request a payout of $600. That's where you now start seeing, okay, this money is beginning to make sense. Now from a 15K account, I can now scale up to a 50K account where I can see with 0.5%. Remember, I was risking 0.5% from my 5K account, but now I'm at 50K account and I'm risking same 0.5%. Yeah, so what that means is that instead of I'll be risking $250 per trade at the funded stage. Yeah, so let's assume I still get I aim to win only one trade per week. So my first week I win one trade, that's $150. Sorry, that's $500, $250 risk. That's $500. Second week I win on that trade, that's $500 again, that's $1,000. In 2 weeks I request a payout. So what that means is that every month I can bank on myself on earning $2,000 from my 50K account. So that's when the money starts making sense. Of course, if I have even if I have $1,000, that's a lot of money for me. Maybe not a lot, but that's reasonable money for me. Yes, so if imagine I'm now earning $2,000 per month from my 50K account. Well, that's good money, and that's how I plan to go. My funded account will be 0.5%. My challenge account will be 1%. Yeah, so I can quickly cross the challenge. Yes, so and then moving on, although a lot of you have been on my comment section asking me how did you pay for the 5K account? How did you pay for the 5K account? I really don't talk much about this because for me it's a very simple thing. But now I'm beginning to see that it's not that simple. So I'll be purchasing my next 15K account live on video. Yeah, I'll video myself purchasing my 15K account from the very scratch, from where I paid the naira into my, oh, of course, naira is in my bank account already. So I'll just detail the whole process so you can understand, and I will not really be getting these questions on how did you make payments, how did you make payments. Yes, so just watch out, keep following. What I intend to do is secure a payout first on my 5K account. Yeah, I have to secure a payout first, then I will now buy the 15K account while expecting payout from funded next. So that's how I plan to go. Yeah, so just keep watching and you would definitely know when I release that video. Okay, so and for my trading performance this week, I've just been taking things slowly. Yeah, and that's because I already told you my goal. I have a plan for my funded account going forward, so I'm not rushing. In fact, I don't think the week even aligned well with my trading strategy. I'm already used to range trading because the last couple of months I've been ranging. Yeah, but this last 2 weeks has been very impulsive on pound USD, and I think even on gold. So it's taking me unawares. I can't lie about that. It's taking me unawares because for the last 2 weeks there's an impulse, and I'm expecting a retracement so I can get in. I'm trying to buy the retracement so that when it starts impulsing again, I sell. But the retracement is not coming, as in it's just almost non-existent. So it's really affected my trading, and for me to get back on track, I have to now switch to a trend trading strategy, not strategy per se, but trend trading view because it's the same strategy. And it's taking me a long time because this market can be very funny. It's possible that is when you switch to that trend trading view, market starts consolidating again, then you start having missed trade or taking losses. Yes, so but this let's see how this week will go. I'll just because I want to be able to secure a payout in 3 weeks. Your first payout on foreigners account is 3 weeks, so 1 week has gone. I have 2 more weeks to make a profit so I can withdraw. The minimum profit you can withdraw on foreigners is I think $25 or so. Yes, so and my account is still very much around break even, maybe a little below 0.5% in drawdown. So you see, I still have a lot of buffer to make up and request a payout. So that's it. My trading has just been slow. I think I took only 2 or 3 trades this week, which I will show you, of course. And I think one was a loss and one was a win. Yes, so and that's was it one. Don't worry, you will see it on the chart. So that's it. Let me go into my finance account now and show you how my performance is. Then I will then go into my trading view account as well. All right, guys, so let's get in. Yes, I'm back here again. This is my funded next account, and just like you saw last week, I still have this my 100K account, which is just playing. I'm just playing. I think what I'm using to do now is just test different things, because for me it's like a write-off. So I'm testing something completely different on gold on this account, but I'm using like $100 to test it. Yeah, and so instead of going to buy a 5K account, let me just use this to do that test. And when I buy the 5K account, remember I told you I don't want to be trading two pairs on one account. So if I buy another account for gold, it's going to be for gold alone. Yeah, so and that's why I'm doing this test on his account. If not, I've just lost it since. So that's why his account I still have it. But this is my 5K account, the one I'm currently trading with my pound USD. So it's let me just go into the account. It's been going well. All right, so the account is up, and here it says 4 trading days, and here it says end date is August 14th. So let's look at what August 14th, when August 14th is. So August 14th is on Thursday, the upper week. Yeah, so I have this full week and this week to trade. And all I need to do is just make a profit above $25 so I can request a payout here. And then I will have 2 weeks as my trading period going forward. And I definitely, there is the opportunity to make that profit. All I need is maybe 2 wins. Yeah, 2 wins is just all I need to secure this profit and get my 15K account. Yeah, so there's still time for that, and I've traded for 4 days now. I don't think this even matters anymore. What matters, this matters only in challenge phase. So what matters is your payout eligible date, which you don't want to miss, because of course if you miss it for your first account, first trading period, you will have to trade another 3 weeks if you don't get a payout on this first payout eligible date. Okay, so what else to show here? So I'm currently less than 0.5% in loss, which is, like I said, is not a lot. Let me go to my trading overview. All right, so this is my trade. I don't know this news trading. Okay, I think I had this trade open through the news. I opened this trade way before the news. I think in the morning, but it ran through the news and I decided to just let it run through the news, and that's why you have this news trading here. So it doesn't hurt my account. So, but what it means is that if I win this, if I had won this trade, it would have taken 40% of the profits, which I think is a lot, but they just don't want us to trade during the news, which is fine, and we should avoid. Just play by the rules. Okay, so yeah, so the only trade I take on this account is pound USD, so I don't really think there is much anything to show there. Let me see. Monday was 28th, so my first trade for the week 28th was a loss on Monday. My second trade for the week was on 30th. I think that was on Wednesday, and it was a loss as well. And this is because I'm trying to trade a range. I'm trying to trade a range view on a impulse view, and that's why I kept on getting this loss. Then on Friday, I decided to stick with the impulse. That was yesterday. So I decided to stick with the impulse, and I got this win, $58. I decided to stick with because I've been trying to follow the range mentality, and it will take a while to get that range mentality off your head and invite the impulse mentality. And that's what I tried to do on Tuesday, even though it was oversold. It was really oversold, but I still sold it because I've been trying to buy the maybe pullback so I can sell the trend, but that didn't happen this week. It was just crashing. You go and look at the daily candles for pound USD, you see it's all red since last week. So that's not a typical way the market behaves. Yes, so don't just go and get used to that kind of behavior, because when it starts ranging again, you'll be in hot pepper soup. So yeah, it's $53 profit I made yesterday to minus to take out these two losses for the week. So I'm still at 0.5, around 0. Less than 0.5% in drawdown, which is very much recoverable. So, and if I go to my equity curve, so you would see that I was Well, there's nothing much. It's pretty much a new account. So my first three, okay, my I think that's important to say. My first three trades were losses, but then one trade and I've cancelled two losses. Yes, so with one trade. So if I win my next trade, will be back above break even, and if God willing I win another trade, I would be above the payout threshold, and I can request a payout. So that's how my account is currently. I'll go to trading view now and show you the three trades I took this week. All right, so this is my trading view account, and remember I told you my first trade was on Monday, pound USD. Second trade was on Wednesday, and third trade was on Friday. So you can imagine the gap in between. Just because this is a funded account, there's no need to stress yourself. All you need is just make have maybe one or two or three wins, and you can request a payout. So on Monday was 28th. So I'll show you what happened on Monday. And this is on free. It was actually my first trade on this account. It was a loss as well, and that's because I was trying to buy a retracement so I can now um sell the trend. Okay, so yeah, as at don't mind this trend line for this trade. It doesn't have anything to do. This on okay, this is Wednesday. I think I traded trade on Monday. Okay, this is the Monday trade. Oh, this is the Friday trade I was talking about. So this is the Monday trade, and don't mind this trend line. It wasn't here yet, so I was trying to just buy the pullback because there's an impulse from here. I think from this level is an impulse down. So I was expecting a retracement towards this high, somewhere around here, and that's why you see my take profit around here. So, and even after I've drawn this trend line, like days later, you can see that there could have actually been a retracement here to match with these highs, but it was just very impulsive, and I had this loss on Monday. Then on Wednesday, I didn't have this trend line here at this time, so I couldn't have known what will happen here. So, but I was still expecting to buy this pullback. You can see the pullback has started here. Impulse correction. Sorry, maybe impulse correction, impulse correction, impulse. So on the third pullback, I was trying to buy just somewhere around here to match with this. If I put a line here, you will notice that there is support here. If I put this line here, or maybe even as low as here, you notice that there is a support in the whole of this region that was broken. So it should act as resistance. So normally we should expect price to come close to that region before selling off again, and that was why I wanted to buy this, because there was this pattern already coming to the upside, and so I tried to buy to this level before selling, but the market refused and just crashed on me, and that was how I lost this trade. Can you imagine if I was in a selling position how much profit this could have been? Then on Friday was when I got, so you can imagine. Now let me just take time and break down this Friday trade, because yeah, you can see that the market is already oversold. It's way oversold, and this is what I was trying to avoid: an impulse like this that clears everybody. Because when the market is oversold, you expect it to buy, to just take some liquidity above and then start to sell again. So here, imagine here, you can imagine what happened here. I was trying to buy the pullback, but here I was not even interested in buying at all. I just wanted a 2 hour in my direction. Yeah, I could have gone for more, but I just wanted a 2 hour at least to clear the losses for this week, for Wednesday and Monday, so we can go again next week. And thank God that happened. We already know the market has been selling, so even when it pulled back here yesterday, sorry, on Thursday, I was very wary of selling from here, because it could have actually gone back above here before coming down. This is what I've been trying to do, buy the pullback, but it wasn't buying. So on Friday, when I saw this from here, I saw this market come to play around here again, and so it was risky to be selling before the support is broken. Quite alright, but that's the reason why I've been missing trades and making some losses as well. So this time around, I wasn't waiting for. I was going to follow the market and break this level this time around, and that's what I did. I waited for this small range here to be broken to the downside. This big candle is not letting this guy expand properly, so let me just expand it manually. So I was waiting for this. You can see a small, let me make it more visible. You can see a small correction here. So I just needed this to break, and then on pullback, I enter my trade. Yeah, so by 8 a.m. this has already happened, but I wasn't in the market at 8 a.m. because I was on my way to work. So you see how sometimes work plays with your chances. But thank God I got to work around 9, and then by that 9, that was when the main move was about to start. And this time around I wasn't waiting anymore. So I got into the trade immediately. I saw this red candle fall and there was a pullback. I got into the trade around here, put my stop loss above this level. Yeah, I just protect it. And then initially I went for my full 3 hour. Yeah, because if you these lines are support lines from the past. So if I go to daily now, I go to daily, you see, yeah, these are the two lines. This is the lowest one. So of course price has the tendency to hit here. And this is a higher one from the 4 hour time frame. So if I go to 4 hours time frame, you will still see that line. So from sorry. So this is the inception of the line. So on 4 hours, you see that there was this is lowest low. Then on daily, this is lowest low as well. So that's why I had those two lines as my target. I was not planning to go below those lines because there's very high unlikelihood for price to go below that line. So as you can see, price didn't even touch the last one, so it only touched the first one. And so I didn't want anything that would make me lose a 2 hour win back to break even. So and that was the reason why I put my take profit around there. I could have had my 3 hour and be back above my account could be back above 5k. But I'm okay with the 2 hour win. It's just to ensure that you get that win and don't lose all the profits. Okay, so that's it. And of course, NFP came and just thundered everywhere. The buy that we've been waiting for happened with NFP, and maybe next week we'll continue to buy. I think next week we'll continue to buy though. Yeah, because if you go to daily, you would see that it's all been reds. This rarely happens. If you look back, even in this bearish move, there are pullbacks, as you can see all these weeks. You can see weeks. But look at this one, it's just red, very few weeks. And if you go back, the last time something like this happened was in April. Yes, so it doesn't always happen, so don't just get used to it. And if you look at this daily candle, you can see it's a very green, bullish engulfing candle coming from this support level. So next week I'll be looking for buys, and I expect that I'll be looking for buys as well. If you also look at this channel, this small channel here, you notice that the price has broken back into the channel. So on pullback, we should be expecting some buys to the top of this channel once again before selling if you want to sell. So that's it. I've talked about my trade for this week, and I've also given you some insight as to what's likely to happen next week. I think that's really good. I've actually been enjoying my trading, even though it's just been pound years. It's been a bit boring, but I think it just gives you that sanity and helps you manage your funds as well. Because if you are in a blockbuster kind of trading, you even though you have the money to sustain it, you will not really be in that good frame of mind because there's something losses do to you. It just destabilizes you and makes you feel like you don't know what you are doing. But if you are making profit, no matter how slow, you would be confident, and all you just need is maybe a higher budget, a higher account to continue to make that profit. Yeah, and become financially independent, which is still our goal for this year. This year is not gone. We just finished the first month of the second half, so there's still a long way to go, and definitely all my dreams can still come true. All right, guys. So I've really enjoyed this session. Maybe it's because I'm trading a funded account again. So it's really been I've really been happy and joyful. You can see it in me during this session. And so if you enjoyed my videos, if you like my experience and you think this is something that you want to keep following, please like, share, subscribe, share with your friends. Very important. Please like the video. It's very important. It helps the algorithm, get more people like you to enjoy what I do, and hopefully you can start being consistent as well. I would call myself a consistent trader, even though I face like 4 or 5 months rough patches, because if you look at it, I became funded in November, and I I withdrew a lot of payouts, which of course I have on this channel, and I'm about to start making payouts again. So I'll call myself a profitable trader, definitely. Yeah, which a lot of people out there that you watch are not, but they just downplay the losses and elevate the wins, which I don't do. I treat everything equally, so you can have that mindset. It helps you grow as well. All right, so I've spoken a lot for this video. See you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Bye.